Hello everyone, Beard Reads Books here. Welcome to today's book review video. In this one I'm going to be reviewing The New Watch by Sergei Lukyanenko. This is book number 5 in a series of 6 books. I must admit I've got a little bit behind with my book review videos, and this one, I finished reading this book a few days ago now, and for one reason or another I just haven't got around to doing a video. So tonight when I got home from work I thought, right, gotta sit down and do a video. And I thought if I don't do it now it'll probably be another day or two before I get round to it, so yeah. So like I said, this is book number 5 in a series of 6, and in this one, in The New Watch, it starts off with Anton at an airport sort of discovering a young lad who turns out to be a prophet. And the story sort of basically revolves around this prophet. And what happens is this, well, I say a creature, but what it is, it's a manifestation of the twilight itself. Because in the Watch series of books, there's what's called different levels of the twilight that others can enter into, and in this book it turns out that the twilight is, for want of a better way of putting it, as a element of sentience, is sentient, and this creature that appears and starts like following this young boy prophet, this creature is a kind of physical manifestation of the twilight intelligence, for want of a better way of putting it. And when this creature starts appearing, the others, their immediate assumption is that this creature is going to try and stop this boy prophet from making his first prophecy, because some of the older others, like the higher ranking ones such as Geyser, they know about this creature and know of it, and it's them that automatically, and their knowledge of it is that it wants to stop prophets from making their first prophecy. So I mean, this story is all about this creature, the physical manifestation of the twilight, and its interaction with the others, and all about the boy prophet, the young prophet, and his prophecy. And there are throughout this book they do meet the others. They do interact with other prophets. Charles Darwin's grandfather makes an appearance. What was his name? I've not read his name in this book only just now, recently. Erasmus Darwin, that was his name, wasn't it? I think, yeah. So anyway, Charles Darwin's grandfather, he's another, still alive and knocking around at the time of this book. So he makes an appearance. Anton, he goes to London to meet Erasmus Darwin. And he also goes to Tokyo as well throughout the course of the book. And it's all about this prophecy, what effect it's going to have on the others, on humankind. And I mean, the main story, is quite an interesting little story, because it delves more into the whole world of that this series of books is set in, and goes into a bit more depth. There were some bits of the book that, for me personally, didn't quite hit it off very well. I mean, there was one section of the book where it's going into a bit of detail into the exact ins and outs of what a vampire is. And as I was reading that, I was thinking to myself, is that really relevant to the story? I personally don't think it is, and I kind of switched off a bit during that bit of the story. And there was another little bit that I just felt was a bit too chauvinistic, for what a better way of putting it. Anton was chatting to a friend of his, and his friend was sort of saying to Anton, "Oh, how's things going between you and your wife?" You know, Anton said, "Oh, it's good, it's all stable and that." And his friend was saying, "Oh, you need to shake things up a bit." Oh, I can't. My memory's terrible, but I can't offhand remember the exact context as to why his friend was telling Anton he needed to shake his marriage up a bit. But he's basically, to have a good relationship, you need to shake it up a bit every now and again. Why don't you go out and having an affair and all of that? And I just thought, that's bad, right? It's like, really? Having a bit of the story where a mate's advising a happily married man to go out and have an affair. It's like, do people like that really exist? Are there really people out there that sort of advise their mates to sort of give their marriage a bit of a shake-up by having an affair? If there are really people out there like that, I personally don't want to have them as mates. To my mind, that's really bad advice. It's like so bad. I find it hard to believe that it's the kind of advice that would actually be given in real life. You know what I mean? So yeah, that bit of the story, didn't quite hit it with me. So I mean, I would say that the new watch is a pretty decent addition to the series. Probably not the best book in the series, but it's certainly not the worst one. And it's definitely, if you've read a few of the earlier books and you've got into the series, definitely read this one. It's definitely worth it. So yeah, so that's The New Watch by Sergei Lukyanenko. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and thank you for watching if you have. And if you've read this book, feel free to drop me a comment, let me know what you thought about it and all the rest. Yes. So I'm currently reading another little book which I should hopefully have finished in the next day or so, and hopefully I won't take too long doing a book review on that one. So keep your eyes open for another book review pretty soonish. And in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching. Take care. Happy reading.